This little boy, at the front right, was called Phillip Minter. He is standing next to his siblings in front of their car parked outside of their home on Nashville's Bass Street at Fort Negely in the 1950s. From this photo, maybe you would never guess that these children, the Minter siblings, are from a community of Black Civil War veterans and their descendants. Let's time travel. I'm going to take this photo backward in time, and tomorrow I'll take it forward. So, 1860s. The spot where Philip was standing was what was called a contraband camp. What's that? Contraband was the name given to self-emancipating enslaved people. These folks ran from their places of enslavement all over the U.S. South toward this very place. Why? Because the Federal Army and Navy had marched and sailed into Tennessee in 1862 and occupied its capital, the city of Nashville. This was their base of operations in the landlocked South. Enslaved people learned quickly that if they could make it behind military lines, they would be safe from Southern slavecatchers. This worked well for the military, which needed lots of manpower to build a system of elaborate and powerful stone fortifications, retrenchments, and other defenses for when the Confederates attacked. These same people who had run from enslavement became contrabands and labored on Nashville's defenses, also enlisted in the military when war came to Nashville. Hundreds of these laborers became soldiers in the segregated regiments of our military to help fight in the Battle of Nashville. After the war, most didn't want to go back to where they had run from. There wasn't anything there for them, and so they stayed. The federal military kept some soldiers at Fort Negely to reinforce Reconstruction, and many Black Civil War veterans and other refugees founded a community right at the foot of this fort at Bass Street. And one of the first things they did was build a church. They sent their children to the Cameron School and their promising youth to Meharry Medical School, both still in operation today. They created community, and their descendants became one another's family. And that's how little Philip Minter came to be standing at Bass Street almost a century after the war. Tomorrow, we'll talk about what happened to Philip and his neighborhood. But in case you have anxiety, let me reassure you, Mr. Philip is alive and well.